cheers. Cheers. I am early and you can take your time and catch up or not. But the Katie's Arms is officially open. I have my newly opened, bottle of Barefoot, which was only £5 at Waitrose this week. And I'm told by my husband that it was flying off the shelves. So I took credit for that, obviously. How I'm not a influencer for Waitrose is anyone's guess. Hello, how kind. Oh, hello from Devon. Well, hello and cheers. I quite like it when everyone joins and says hello. It seems lovely. I imagine us one day in an actual room, which is going to happen, and everybody just coming and going, hello from Canada, hello from Hawaii. You love my face. Well, thank you. Not sure many people would join you in that, but thank you very much. Keep smashing them. South Jersey is here. Hello, Jersey. I love Jersey girls. As in real Jersey girls, not the TV programme. Texas is here. Australia is here. South Carolina is here. Northern Ireland. I am telling you, St Albans. That's my husband's old haunting ground. So, stomping grounds? St Albans. So he follows and supports Watford. I know. I think no one supports Watford, but my husband does. Cardiff is here. Solihull. Well, Ibiza is here, would you please? If Solihull is here, then my darlings, we can begin. Austria, Somerset, Blackpool. You will know, by now I'm sure, that we will be together, all of us. Hello, Southampton. Southampton. If you live in Southampton, tell no one, but send Mark an email. So landlord@katiesarms.com with the word Southampton on it. And the same if you live in Bournemouth. Can't talk about the thing yet, but if you live in Bournemouth, also email landlord@katiesarms.com, because someone brilliant just let me put some more seats in a room. So just for God's sake, email landlord@katiesarms.com. In fact, wherever you live, just bloody well do it. Put where you live in the subject line, and if I'm coming near you, lovely Mark will tell you. And some things have to be kept a little below the radar because of the wankers that we're surrounded by, which we'll talk about in a moment. Croydon, darling, yes, come on. I don't know where Croydon is vis-a-vis Purfleet, but Blackpool 13th of May. Purfleet, I think, is the 6th of May. But anyway, get on katiesarms.com, find your way to events, click on them. But either which way, do email landlord@katiesarms.com before I go into rant mode. And just put where you live in the subject line, particularly if it's Southampton or Bournemouth. Because I can't say where I'm coming, but, might be one of those two places. Right. Can we now talk about my overall look? So I've literally just come running off the train, but beating elderly people and the disabled and the less able out of my way with a good palm off like they do in rugby to make my way here to the Katie's Arms. So it's been like, get out of my way, I've got a pub to open. Get out of my way, small child. Kick with annoying rucksack. Kick. And I fought my way down the platform to dive into my small car and drive here at speed in order to be here. So hooray for us making it, and hooray for the train for sort of nearly being almost on time. Well done, that train. I've been in London today, and that's why I'm dressed like an actual grown-up. I know, look. So I am in, what is this colour? What it basically is, I'm basically, because like all the kids, like the cool kids, even though they look horrendous, they seem to be wearing a lot of fawn, don't they? A lot of brown. A brown top thing and a brown bottom thing made of kind of loungewear. And then very often they have it like here, and then they have a bottom, but they have this bit out in the middle. So it's like, yeah, I'm just such an influencer. I've got on brown and I've got my gut out in the middle. And very often this bit's like, but never mind, because like it's brown and I think they look like Kim Kardashian, or have been inspired by that, or it must be a trend thing, right? That young people are all just like wearing like tan, nude. There we are. Blush. I'm turning you on. Oh, by rubbing my boobs. This will get us confined to the porn section. And let me tell you, this thing I've got on is underwired. I don't have boobs to put in it, and it's digging in like hell. And as soon as we're out of the pub, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do what we all do. I'm going to get upstairs. I'm going to take all my makeup off while sat having a wee. So I sit on the loo. That's good, isn't it, if you're having a wee? Little top tip for you there, everybody. If you're having a piss, sit on the toilet. Oh, the things you learn at the Katie's Arms. I sit there and next to the loo, and this is unhygienic, but frankly I don't give a shit, 'cause I think the more germs you ingest, the more powerful you are. I sit on the loo, and there I've got my cotton wool buds, and I've got that, what's that liquid called? People will know. See you in Stafford. Stafford is going to go off, and it's going to, has it sold out? They've got like a few seats left. Stafford's going to be full. Stafford. We're getting sidetracked. What's that water called? Whatever it's called, you're smashed. I'm not. Look, it's literally, look, that's it. I just opened it and it's here. Look, I could pour this into there. We do this every week. People say I'm absolutely trolleyed, but they don't understand that this is how I am. So anyway, I sit on the loo with my micellar water and I take my makeup off. Then I put on my gym jams, get my underwear off, and that's what all women do, right? We're just like, because this stuff is not comfy bumpy. But I refuse to give in to the urge to wear nothing under and just look like some flat as a pancake wall old hag. So this is the fight against all of that, but it involves pain. Yes, not smashed yet, exactly. I would like to be by the end of the evening, and then lovely Mark might be in with a chance. Still putting the effort in, girls. Valentine's Day. Right, should I stop playing with my boobs now? Yes. So what was I about to moan about? I was about to have a mad rant. I think it was largely because I've been in London today looking into the ULEZ thing. Let me tell you that a brilliant thing is happening with the ULEZ. So the twat head that is the little London mayor, disgusting, he's literally on me this high, we know, is expanding ULEZ to the ultra-low emissions zone. Doesn't matter about the detail. The point is he's trying to put bloody all of Greater London into it. And it bloody well means if you're a regular like cleaner, or you're a regular worker, or you're a driver, or you're a truckie, or a brickie, or a whatever else, you've got to pay $12.50 to get in your friggin' van and drive it anywhere. And if you're say you're a late night worker, so your shift overlaps 2 days, you'll end up paying 25 quid just to go to work. And that's before you get started. And the thing that pisses me off about it, most of all, is people get away from the idea that it's your bloody car, you've petrol van or whatever, a diesel spouting old car, I don't give a shit. You've probably had it a long time and love it. Who cares? It's better than just buying a new shitty one with some corrosive battery on that some kid in Africa had to pull out of the mine and didn't get paid for. And it's your car to drive where you freaking want in. It is not for some short-ass little ex-lawyer of terrorists to tell you or penalise you 25 quid for trying to go to work. And that's, you pay your tax on your car, you pay the tax on the fuel that you put in the car, you pay the tax on the car in the first place, you're taxed on your earnings, you're taxed on your wages, you're taxed when you spend your money, you're taxed when you try and save your money, you're taxed like a freaking arsehole. And they want to tell you now you can't use your car and effectively you're going to be taxed again for even getting in it. Well, that little nipple height mare can just do one. But the good news is, hold on, let's calm and drink. That, let me think, Surrey, and I believe Essex, and I believe Buckinghamshire, which form a kind of ring around the capital city, so they form part of Greater London, where the twat wants to expand ULEZ into, that's not required. They are saying no. They are saying we will not install the bloody spyware. We will not install your twatting ULEZ sign. We will not put the infrastructure in that allows you to bloody crush people some more. So what we need to do, and what I'm going to be doing, and what I was doing today partly, is trying to get those councils working together to say, no, you little tit, we're not going to put your shitting stuff in this place to penalise the people who are trying to work. Okay, can you tell? I'm kind of pissed with that. He's such a twat, he is. And this is not anything to do with religion or not liking one religion or not whatever, but it has to be said clearly and without any kind of negativity that because of the demographic makeup of central London, Newham, Tower Hamlets, it's a strange thing when faith and politics are put together, but due to the demographic makeup of central London, it is unlikely that we will ever see a mayor of another religion, because there is one religion that typically votes for its own. And I will park that there. But I would just like to say, people say, well, why would he be voted in if he was such an arse? Because demographically, London's made up now to vote that way. Okay, let's park that. But either way, ULEZ bollocks, anybody paying ULEZ bollocks, and people can stick these fines up their arse. And you may have seen me this week telling the government of New South Wales to stick their fine up their arse. I was fined for allegedly not wearing a mask inside my hotel room whilst the leaning out of my hotel room to put the trash in the hallway. That was my crime. That's why they banned me from Australia and deported me. And they fined me $1,000 and they fined me interest on the fine, and they told me I would be repatriated to Australia to pay the fine, and I told them to do one. And now they've told me the fine is cancelled, and they can do one with that as well. They can just generally do one. Let's park that. Yeah, exactly. Let's park that. If I get on a rant about the things I could say, which we all know, it might not end. There'll be a knock at the door. In fact, there's probably a wagon, down the road monitoring this as we speak. There'll be a knock at the door in about 2 minutes' time, and I'll be off to West Midlands Police Station to be interviewed under caution for hate crime. Nothing new there. Might just ask if I can take the barefoot with me. Cheers. Rant away. Well, thank you. I do actually, this is a good moment to pause and say thank you. And I have to do it without getting upset, which I'm not very good at. Don't start hugging me. But I need to thank you to just say, look, it's even setting me off before I start. Now, this is hopeless. This is hopeless. But thank you. Thank you to everybody who's writing in. Thank you to everybody for buying the tickets. Thank you for selling out places where we can't even talk about where we're going to be. Like I said, email Mark about Southampton and Bournemouth. And thanks for just being legends, really, on Insta, sticking up for me, diving on things and just saying, doesn't matter if you hate her, just you choose. Because that's all I'm asking for. But you guys are just epic. And everywhere I go, you're brilliant. And you see, I can't do this. So just know that I'm saying thank you, but I have to keep it together. So I went to see, a lot of you were like, go on James English's podcast. Go on James English. What about James English? You should support James English. And so I did. And so I went and I try, as maybe to support 3 or 4 is my target, different channels a month, so that I'm trying to help give maybe audiences to other people, or encourage other people, or encourage the younger boys to join in, or take the baton on, or whatever. So I went to see lovely James and did his podcast, so that will be coming out soon, and we had a right laugh. And I'm just there really. I try not to be like motherly, but there's weird moments where I like want to get James's head or anyone's head and just go, oh, well done. And I have to in my head, I have to be like, don't be motherly. Like, you know, just be like cool. Be like as if you're like, you know, young and down with the kids. But I'm really crap at that. So I'm like, And then James had like wet towels. I shouldn't be telling you this because it's private. But don't stop it, you. Send me the hearts. Don't, because look, you know what will happen. James had like wet towels on the floor. You don't need to know this because it's probably private. But we talk about anything here because it's the Katie's arm. So fuck it, right? So I was like, oh, do you want me to pick up the towels? Stop it with your heart. I went into real mum mode, like, oh, George, and I was in the other room for a bit because there was someone else who was a bit, well, whatever, it doesn't matter, the detail. And so I opened the window because it was a bit, you know, dampy smelling. And I was like, well, I've opened your window, picking up your towels. Do you want me to change the toilet roll? So I was trying to be like cool, but instead I've turned into like weird mother of James English. And then it turns out he's like 100 years old. He's like 39. So he's not really a baby at all, but he just seems so cute. So stop it with, right, this is now out of control. Stop, look, stop it. Stop. Okay, now this is like trolling, but with hearts. Stop it or I'm going to right. This is just, what can I stick on my face? Stop it now. Look, listen, stop it. I need some people to call me wankers. Listen, you know very well I'm not very good at compliments, so stop it. Oh, for God's sake, you lot are shitbags. Anyway, so the James English podcast will be, you fuckers. Okay, I'm just going to drink instead, you fuckers. Oh, right. I'm right. This is hopeless. This is like Big Brother all over again, where you guys refuse to vote me out, and I'd be like crying in the bloody diary room, going, you know, I was supposed to be out of here, but everyone's being so kind, and they'd be like, but why are you crying? I'd be like, because people aren't supposed to be nice to me. Okay, well, you're all a bunch of wankers. Right, good. Okay, I'm going to rant away so that you stop that. Now, come on, stop now. Come on. Stop it. I'm going to talk about Nicola. Oh, hello. This may need to be a large one because you guys are just being ridiculous. Or pull yourselves together. Go and hump a friggin'... Oh, I wanted to tell you a funny thing about James as well. So I'm going to talk about Nicola Bulley as well, because I feel like I've just got to get that off my chest, then I might as well do it here. Katie Price has let herself go. I'm worried for that chick. I've been trying to message her, actually. She's got to stop this cutting herself up thing. I think some people punish themselves. I can have that trait, and I do it through running. I think this whole cutting yourself is a punishment thing to punish yourself for things going on with you mentally. And I think at the point that you're cutting yourself here, and also, you know, I've dealt with Katie Price. So when I was in Celebrity Big Brother, she had this huge cut under, because she just had the boob job done just before she came in, and this hole had opened up. Some of you know this story, I think. So this hole had opened up here on Katie Price's boobs, and I was given the job of measuring the hole, because I had to take the measurement for the hole, and then I had to go up to the diary room privately and tell them how big it had got. And this thing was weeping, like pus, and it was smelly. And then when she wanted her hair washed, I had to go in the shower with her to wash her hair, because she couldn't lift her arm up, because if she lifted this arm, this would rip more. So I would go in and wash her hair, and then we had to monitor the hole here, and through the hole you could see the implant here. So I mean, it's so brutal, and that thing really smelt quite a lot, and yet she was still in that house trying to be like doing her job, but with a hole here, which was just awful. So just quickly with James, he was asking me about how I get to the States, right? And I was saying, well, I'm not listening to rules. I'm not doing what I'm told. I'm not being stopped. And so I break in via Mexico. And I probably said that, fast. And I probably said it, Mexico, like right? And James has a particular accent that I can't do an impression of. But I can do this, right? Mexico? No, he doesn't speak like that. Mexico? Where's he come from? I don't know. But anyway, I would do it like this. This is James English. And I said I broke in from Mexico, and he went, what's that? Okay, I'm not very good at accents. And in my head, bear in mind I'm mothering, I'm picking up his towels, I've opened his window because it's a bit musty, it smells a bit, boys. And he goes, well, what's that? And in my head I thought, fuck. Bless him, might not be the sharpest tool in the whole shed, but also a great tool. You don't have to be sharp. Everybody needs a hammer, right? I'm digging myself a fucking hole here. I thought, he doesn't know what Mexico is. Like, he doesn't know there's a place called Mexico. And we're filming. And I want to protect James. And I want to protect him. This is how it is for me. I'm an old hand. I want to protect him, and I want him to look smart for his audience. And I don't want him to be mocked. So we're still talking, but in my head I'm thinking, I need to make it so it's okay that James doesn't know where Mexico is. So I'm about to go, well, on the southern border, there's like a country there. And so I just get in a van and blah. But it turns out it was just that he didn't understand the way I said Mexico, because he's from wherever in the north and his accent is strong, and perhaps mine is. And he was like, oh, you mean Mexico? Or whatever, however James English speaks. Mexico! So I was like, oh, wait, this is great. He does know what Mexico is. It's perfect. He didn't understand me. So it became all of a good laugh. And I don't know what gets left in, and the edit is not my business, and it never is. Someone can make me look as shit as they want. It's not my business. If I've signed up to do something, you do with it what you will. But anyway, turns out James English does know where Mexico is. And it was all fine, and he wasn't silly, and I didn't need to try and mother that as well. But in my head, I was like, fuck, I need to make James English not look stupid because he doesn't know where Mexico is. Right, here we go, everybody. Have a drink. You sound Scouse. Is that what James English is? I don't know. But it was like, once we'd clarified, Mexico! It was perfect, because it was like, yes, that's right, I got it. I'm illegal in America, and I get in across the border of Mexico. Okay, stop with the fucking hearts, you bastards. I see you out there. Don't do this at my shows, because you've paid your ticket price. If you just want to see a grown woman just cry, that's all very well, but it's not going to be very entertaining, is it? For me. Let's have a drink, and then let's talk about Nicola Bulley. And yeah, Madonna, he's Scottish. Right, that's why. Madonna's face. Holy shit balls, guys. This applies to Sam Smith too. I'm in my bed, just me and my electric blanket. Ooh, come on. Guess what lovely Mark makes me every night? Hot water bottle. Do I put it between my legs? Yes, I do. Has it got a woolly sheepskin cover? Yes, it has. Am I ashamed of any of that? No, I'm not. Get your pleasures wherever you need to find them. And if it's you in bed with your lecky blanket and to the rest of the world, I am all about you. Yes, I am. And if you want to straddle a hot water bottle in the way I do, I'm all about it. Someone asked me once, what do you do to look after yourself? And I was like, yeah, well, at night I just put a hot water bottle between my legs. Is that normal? But I didn't say that. I thought it in my head, but I kept it private. Yes, Nicola Bulley. Right. Katie, can you adopt me even though I'm 38? Yes, of course. Come along, darling. I can put you in here like I did James. Come on. He's like, I've got 2 kids, they're 12. And I'm like, never mind, I'll look after you. Nicola Bulley. Come on, let's all drink. Cheers. Come on. My husband makes me a hottie bottie too. So sweet. I love that. Mark's got one as well. I bought him a luxury one from Etsy, and it is really good. It stays warmer longer than mine. So when I wake up at like 4 for a wee, I go down under. Don't do anything down there if I can avoid it. I nick his hot water bottle and I have that for the wee hours, and he doesn't know. He thinks I don't know that he moves his pillow inwards to take more of my side of the bed. I know. When he lifts his head up, I shove it backwards towards his side of the bed so that I get my side of the bed back. Fuck off, Gracie, with your hearts. Right, 5 minutes to go. Here we go. Nicola Bulley. I think something's not quite right there. I think, like you think, that's not right at all. And I think, like you think, as soon as they start talking about conspiracy theorists, as if we haven't been called that for the last 3 years, or in my case, all of the last 20 years of my life, something really stinks. And it's not just that I think Lancashire police have completely fucked up. And it's not that I just think that most police these days don't know how to police because they would much rather sit on their fat freaking asses in their polyester trousers and police Twitter, my Twitter, and send hate police to my door because it's piss easy and they get a bit of recognition themselves on Twitter. And they've forgotten how to do the job of freaking policing, which is why actually we like watching detective programmes like What's Her Face Lancashire on TV, is because we've forgotten what real policing looks like, so we have to watch it on the fucking telly because police don't police anymore. I think it's more than that. And I know you're not allowed to speculate, but that's because something stinks. And I fully expect that at some point I will be in the shit for all of these views that I continue and will continue to say. I think something stinks. I think Lancashire police stink. I think the story stinks. And I think something very, very dark has gone on. I'm not just talking about the bloody poor family and those poor kids and that poor woman, but something smells wrong. And if there's one thing I've learned in my life, is that when something smells wrong or something says, no, you listen to it. And people aren't wrong. And the other thing I've learned in my life is that when you start being the person that talks about the thing that stinks, they don't address the thing that stinks. They come for the people talking about it, which is why they're talking about conspiracy theorists. Next up, watch this space. Lancashire police will be receiving death threats. So that people that are talking about it are linked to death threats, because then they can come for us, because that's hate speech. But I actually completely support everybody who's getting involved in this, people who are applying pressure, because we need to apply pressure. Because it is not okay that in the UK, a lady goes for a walk and disappears off the face of the planet. Guess what? That's not okay. And it is not okay to say, she fell in the river. Fuck it. Let's go home and police Twitter. Because that's what they want to do. And it's been the story of my life. Real policing doesn't happen. Police something easy and sat in an office. She fell in the river. And I say all of this because if any of my daughters ever disappeared, this sort of shit is not okay. And I hope, beyond all hope, I hope with all my heart that, as cruel as it might sound, she just had enough of her world and she just made it such that she could get in a vehicle, get away, and she's now on some beach in Mexico. Because as sad as that would be and as terrible, and you left your family behind and whatever, no one knows anyone's private life. No one knows anyone's world. No one has any right to judge anyone. Because if anyone's done bad stuff, it's me. And it's all out there, most of it, or at least I hope it is. And you can judge all you want, but it doesn't make you better. And I hope that she just disappeared herself because she needed to try and survive. Because sometimes that's what life is like. And any other story, I just fear. But most of all, I see the same patterns used on me, on others to shut them down. And what actually needs to be doing is exactly what some people are doing, is standing at roundabouts with her picture saying, where the fuck is this woman and why is no one asking those questions? And thank God for the people who continue to try to do that. And you're not a conspiracy theorist, and you're not interfering with anything, and you're not causing a problem to the investigation. You're asking the questions that need to be asked, which is, where is that bloody woman, and why did you just write it off and say there was no suspicious circumstances, and why did you not cordon off the area? I mean, holy shit, I know nothing about policing, but I know better than what you bastards did. And that is the rant. Needed to say that for a few days now, and I'm glad the pub was open for me to be able to say it, because you're not allowed to say it anywhere else, but surely I will. And if anything comes my way as a result, let's just place it here for the record. I accept it. Any police force, Lancs, you want to come for me, I accept that as well. And if I'm the problem you think in this situation, come. Please come. Please come, because I accept that as well. Do what you want to me, but what I just said, I meant every word. I won't apologise for it. I won't retract it. I stand by it. I'm done with people being silenced just so it's convenient for people who fucked up. Okay. And there we are. That was quite the moment, wasn't it? Can I put you in handcuffs? Darling, it's been done before. But yeah, sure. I'm up for anything, me. Got to live our best lives. That's why women over the age of 40 are epic. Because we just get to this point where we're like, I'm done with, you know, I think I got there at about 18. But for a lot of other ladies, done with being told what I should care about, done with being told what I should put in my kid's lunchbox. I'm done with being told what I should wear. I'm done with being told what I should think on this WhatsApp group. Everybody can go fuck themselves. I'll do what I want. Don't like it? Fuck off, really. I mean, off to piss is what we say, isn't it? Okay. You've said nothing wrong. Well, thank you. But you know that speaking truth in the age that we live in, where truth is classified as hate speech, it means that speaking truth is an arrestable offence. And having been in that world for a long time and having been arrested on multiple occasions for speech, I can fully expect that and you know, somebody like me would always be used as an example. But I think what's important about being used as an example is to say and to recognise here with you guys, to say, yeah, sure, bring it. I accept it. Make it about me, because you guys know better. Okay. We're all thinking the same, exactly. And that's why it's ideal that we have me, because I can say it. Because what are they going to take? What are you going to take? You already took my house. You came for my kids. You came for my head. Bring it. So that's it. I'm 43, perimenopause. I'm not very good at saying that, am I? Perimenopause has hit. And I don't give two shits now. Exactly. And that's why the quicker you can get to a point, so like if you're 16 and watching this, or 18 or 20, and you can get to the point where you don't give shits, but you mean that, you know, like it's authentic. You can't just go, well, I don't give a fuck. Because so often in life we say, well, I don't give a shit. But actually then we go home and we cry into our cereal, or we go home and we do get beat ourselves up, or we go home and we replay it over and over in our heads about how embarrassing it was. It's being able to get to the point where you realise someone said that and they shouldn't have. Where's my post-it notes? Wait one. Oh, lovely Mark. I'm raiding Mark's desk. Hold on. Oh, it's so disappointing. Oh. Damn. I can't find what I need. Oh, look. Mark will tell me off for this because this is extremely naughty. Because Mark's very good at admin, but I can't find post-it notes, so we're going to use a customs declaration for the stuff that Mark sends out from our website for Katie's Arms. But please, and I'm leaving now, I promise. Katie's Arms is my safe space. Oh, don't. Well, I'm glad. Who do you email about Southampton? So you email lovely Mark, whose desk is just there. Shall I turn so that you can see? There, look! That's lovely Mark's chair. That's where the magic happens. I know. He's a design freak, look. He has a Pantone reference for everything. You think, like, look, we could Pantone reference my sweater, darlings. Look. Look. I'm close to a look. This is where all the posters come from. Look, we're getting waylaid and I promised I would leave you. Stop sending me hearts, you bastards. But let me leave you with this. Don't go. I have to go. I have to... Sweating from the crotch, darlings. Let's have one more drink and then let's just talk about what I want. Brief. This is important learning. Please don't go. Don't do that because you know I won't go. That's why I can never leave events without hugging everybody and doing photos for 3 hours because I can't leave everybody. Such a soft twat. Don't tell anyone. So this is important and I want to make this point. Hold on. I should have thought of this prior. So what happens often in life, and we're leaving on this point, so prepare yourselves for the leaving, is that someone will say something about you, or you'll hear something, or they'll look at you a certain way, or they didn't reply very nicely to this, or they sort of made you feel irrelevant because they sort of talked over you, or you said something and they just moved on. So let's just say it's irrelevant, right? At your work or whatever. Wait a minute. I'm trying to make this so that it's clear, but irrelevant. Okay, let's imagine that this just said irrelevant. I made the I really massive. They made you feel irrelevant, right? They had this says irrelevant, and this is one of Mark's things, and I'm going to get told off for violating his administration. Stop with the fuck off, Carol. Back off, Carol. What happens at the Katie's Arms? Well, Katie tells us to fuck off. She's not very nice, actually. I don't mean it. They, in a meeting or at work or in an email or on a message or by what they looked at you like or by not inviting you to join something where maybe you had something you could have offered the conversation, they made you feel irrelevant, right? So they did this and they stuck it on you. Hold on. Stick it on my boob. They put that on you. And the key point that I try and... This is you in your everyday. So someone that makes you feel like this, or someone says, I'm just going to need some more stickers to make this point. Mark's going to literally lose his shit. They said that you were unhelpful, or they said, oh, I love this, look. See, I've gone wild now. This is what happens. But never leave me alone in a stationery department or anywhere where there's rules, because this happens, you see. Right, stop all sending hearts. They made you feel like you were a bad mother, or look, we're not going to be able to send anything through customs anymore. They made you feel like you didn't breastfeed, so, well, breast is best. Fuck off. Speedo, breast is best. Speedo rhymes with pedo, right? Neither of those things are okay, are they? Piss off with your... Fuck off, Martin, with your hearts. So my point is, and this is where we have the point and we end, is that people put these on you, that you're irrelevant, or you're a bad mum, or I'm better than you because I did this. Don't know what that was. That was unnecessary. Your job, and it gets easier as you get older, like me, but you can do this at any ages, to go, no. I need to pin this back on you, if you know what I mean. So imagine if you're the person, I'm pinning it back on you. Do you see what I mean? So let's use this. Hold on. There's a big light here. Hold on. I need to give visual cues. So this is the person that made you feel that way, right? So you take this and you go, no, you made me feel like that. I am not a bad mother. You just tried to make yourself feel better by making me feel shit. No, I'm not shit at this. I made my own decisions. Doesn't mean that yours were right. You're not the arbiter of what's right or wrong. No, it doesn't matter that I chose not to come to that fate. Probably would have been a bit shit anyway. I've got other things I'd rather do with my time, which might include lying in bed on an electric blanket or playing with your own boobs, or in my case, straddling a hot water bottle. Here, ineffective. No, I'm not. I'm really freaking effective, which is why I know that you tried to do this to me because you needed to make yourself feel better because you've probably got a penis the size of a chipolata. You wear that label. It's not me. Do you see? I've had to do that all my life. And it's very effective. Right, what we're going to do, I'm going to have a little drink. Coming to see you in Purfleet with my mum. I love that. All the gay guys that... I'm not saying that you're a gay guy, but like all the gay guys that come with their mums. Makes me cry every time. So, we're going to take these and we're going to eat them because otherwise Mark will know that I used up his customs forms. And he'll say, but Buddy, you could have used, post-it notes. He doesn't speak like that, but I'm just... Eat them, so. Okay, Mark will never know unless it is out. That oh God. That set off my gag reflex. Okay, look. Take away the end bit so he'll not know. Look, I'm really good at covering my tracks. That's why when in my affair years I was very successful. There, look. Okay. Pop those back. He'll never know. No one tell lovely Mark that I used all of his customs labels. And if you live in America and you don't get your t-shirt, it's because I use this customs label. Okay. Love you all very much. Thank you for... No, you're not going to set me off, but thank you for being so kind. I do actually... I mean, you know, we don't have to talk about it. And I'll see you in Purfleet or Blackpool or, not that there's any events in Southampton or Blackpool, but, maybe just send an email to landlord@katiesarms.com. And I'm going to see you on the road in March and in May and in October. And we are going to turn this oil tanker around and we are bloody well going to get back some kind of frickin' freedom of speech. And if we don't, you fuckers, you lovely people, are all going to come and visit me wherever they put me. Hopefully some luxury spa type prison. Or I can live in the manner to which I've become accustomed. Okay, have a lovely, lovely weekend. Remember, you matter. Don't let people stick these on you. You take them off, you slap them back on that mean little bastard and let them own their own shit. It's not your shit, it's theirs. Good. And yes, Sam Smith does look like an undercooked Greg sausage roll in nipple tassels. And nobody ever wanted to look like that. Lots of love.